What's up guys, it's Sinatro here and welcome back to another Football Impact video. It's been a bit of a 2-week break since we last did one because of the international break.
Come on, don't do that shit. Why don't you just find something better to do?
Why don't you eat my ass?
But now I'm back, fully recharged, fully ready. I mean, what's happened since I last made a video? Got a couple of new tattoos.
Very nice.
A lot of things, going on in my life, but yeah, enough with me. Let's kick it off with this weekend's big talking points. Kick it off with Chelsea versus Manchester United in an absolutely drama-filled spill. Everything this match had in abundance. Chelsea took the lead in this game thanks to Rudiger, who scored an absolutely sensational header, even though Pogba was arguing with Lindelof because that's your man, but not really, because Paul Pogba thought, you know what, I don't need to mark my man, I'm Paul Pogba, I can do what I want. But look, the problem with Paul Pogba is I actually like him as a player. He doesn't do the dirty side of what you actually do need to do in terms of footballer, which means make tackles and track your man when you're on a corner. It just betters the belief, to be honest. So just at leave a good header from Rudiger. But to be honest, Chelsea should have been 2, 3 or even 4 up in the first half. Marcus Alonso had a big opportunity, just couldn't get the touch right, even though for me he could hit it first time on a really good foot he has. Don't even get me started on Alvaro Morata.
Hello? I love you.
Honestly, he is just so bad as a football player. He is so fucking awful. I remember last season, I think he scored a hat-trick against Stuttgart City. And I said he is like Ruud van Nistelrooy.
You got a lot of problems, don't you?
Oh boy, I wish I shouldn't have said that because he's not. He's nowhere even close. He's not good enough. He's a squad player at best. He couldn't get in the Real Madrid team. He couldn't get in the Juventus team. And you can see why. Because he ain't good enough. And I just can't believe he didn't start this match, but he's not good enough. He had 4 shots on target, Morata. Man United had 4 shots in the game on target. That just it just beggars belief really how he actually starts. But anyway, I don't think he'll be at Chelsea very long. I think he'll be sold probably in the January transfer window. But he had a big opportunity, he didn't take it. The second half, he had a big opportunity, he didn't take it either. And when there was the big opportunity, it was a decent save in the head. But if he took that goal, if that was any other striker, let's say for instance that was Mario Caddy, that's a goal, that's 2-0 Chelsea, and that would probably be 3 points Chelsea. But 15 seconds later, Man City up the other end and score the equaliser, thanks to Anthony Martial, who scored a very good goal, even though a lot of Chelsea players were complaining that the ball should have went out because Marcus Alonso had an injury, but I'm going to put in quotation marks, he didn't have an injury. He just went down for the sake of went down, and he should have stayed on his feet. If he did, that goal wouldn't have stood. Well, Chelsea wouldn't have conceded the goal. And then Mane got a bit of confidence going in the team. Mata, I think, was excellent. I thought he was probably one of Mane's best players in the match for me. Martial changed the game in the second half. His 2 goals were excellent. His whole round contribution in the second half was fantastic. But like I said, Mata, he took a really good strike, good save from the goalie. And then Martial, an absolutely phenomenal finish. The ball from Rashford was very good, but the fantastic finish from Martial. He slots in the bottom corner. It's 2-1. Everybody goes up for Mourinho. Can't even believe his team does it again, where he did against Newcastle, where they're single-handedly 2-0 down that game, and they somehow, some way, revitalised and they won the match. Was it going to happen in this game? Not really, because Ross Barkley scored the late equaliser to get a 2-2 draw. All hell broke loose on the touchline, where Sarri's coach, I don't know who his name is, but after this, everybody knows his name. But he went and celebrated in front of Jose Mourinho, not once, but twice. So I don't blame Jose Mourinho for reacting, because I was on the same thing. At the last minute of the game, when you concede the late, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. So I don't blame him for reacting. To be honest, anyone would react in that way. But what he did after, when he showed the I won 3 titles, give me some respect. I think he's got a point, but does he really have to do that in this situation right now? It's Jose Mourinho. He always does it. He's the master of manipulating. That's why the mind games he does is ridiculous. But in all, it was a fantastic match. One of the great games of the Premier League so far this season. But a good 2-2 draw in a very ill-tempered, incredible match. And we're talking about Inter Milan, who somehow, in some way, get a late winner thanks to the man of the moment right now, probably Inter Milan's greatest ever striker, I think they have, in Mario Icardi. He is now 7th all-time leading goal scorer for Inter Milan. If he stays with Inter Milan for the rest of his career, he will break that goal scoring. I even think he will be Inter's top goal scorer of all time if he stays Inter for the rest of his career. And he scored the winner in this game. It was a very interesting match. AC Milan were probably the best team in the first half. They had a goal disallowed due to offside. It had a little bit hard done by, but was it offside? It was just offside. But Milan were better team in the first half. Inter in the second half had a couple of chances. Mario Icardi he couldn't get the ball. That's the problem. The Inter Nainggolan and Perisic were very poor in this game. They really struggled to get balance in the team in this game for Inter. But you give the guy half a chance, he will score. He did it in the last minute, just like Chelsea did in the last 9 minutes. What a threat, what a header, and what a player he's been this season for Inter. He was the best player in Serie A last season, and so far he's probably been the best player in Serie A this season. He's been a revelation since he's been in Italy, and for me, I don't think he's a better finisher. I don't think there's a better striker in Europe right now that has better form, that can score goals what he does, and that, in the space of a couple of minutes, he is out and out one of the best number 9s in world football. And the way he keeps going, it's going to be interesting if he actually stays at Inter maybe next season, following season. I think Inter Milan fans always want them to stay, but do I think Inter can win the Scudetto this season? No. You can have a good run in the Champions League. They play Barcelona next. I mean, if he scores against Barcelona, then the jury's out. He may actually go higher. But what a player! What a huge one that is for Inter against AC Milan. Mario Icardi loves scoring against AC Milan against his old rivals. So really good win. Probably back to drawing board for AC Milan. As for Inter, they now go, I think, third or maybe even second in the table. Now heading to the Camp Nou in Spain, and we're talking about Barcelona versus Sevilla. Before this match started, Sevilla topped the league. Who would have saw that coming? And Barcelona were sort of like second or third in the league. This is a massive game for Barcelona because they were in the middle of the dirt, really in good form. They got beat by Leganés. They got beat by other teams, and they couldn't really win against Atletico Bilbao before the national break. So this is a massive game where Messi and co had to step up, and they did. We'll get on to Lionel Messi later on, but the player I want to talk about is Ter Stegen. He made 2 outstanding saves in this game. 2 double saves. Oh my goodness, it's got to be one of the saves of the season. He was Barcelona's best player for me. He made some outstanding, incredible goalkeeping saves that kept him for me at 4-2. But Suarez, Coutinho were in the goals. Messi scored a goal, made a goal, and also got injured. It was a really bad injury for Lionel Messi, and he probably will miss the Clasico. He definitely missed the Champions League game coming up against Inter Milan, but he could be out for maybe 2 to 3 months. That's massive for any team, mind Barcelona, if they have a superstar, who he is, and he's out for a couple of months. So that's a massive. It didn't look good, and he looked absolutely in pain, and it's not great to see. So we're going to find what this Barcelona team really are now without Lionel Messi in the team for a couple of months, because right now they rely so much on him. He was the reason why they beat Tottenham. Right now, they rely so much on Lionel Messi. Players like Dembele, Suarez, Coutinho have to stay up now. As for Sevilla, they played well in this game at bits, but they just could not get they couldn't really defend well as a team, to be honest. And I think that's probably going to be their Achilles heel this season, which is totally different to last season. They couldn't score goals. This season, they can't stop conceding goals. So you don't know what you get from Sevilla, but I still think they had a great start this season. They have really good players coming now, like Andre Silva, obviously Ben Yedder. I think top 4 is definitely achievable for Sevilla this season. To break into that top 3 and win the title is going to be probably a bridge too far, but definitely top 4 is definitely achievable with Valencia, Villarreal, and many other teams really struggling so far this season. Now heading to a team that is absolutely struggling and needs some sort of help right now. It's Real Madrid, who got beat again this weekend by Levante, and this one is the biggest staggering of all. Real Madrid have only scored 1 goal. That's right. Let me say it again. Real Madrid have only scored 1 goal in 22 hours of football. I think that's 434 minutes. That is absolutely unbelievable. And it just goes to beggar, really. Ronaldo and Zidane, take them out. I don't care who you are. I don't even care if you're Jesus Christ himself.
That's a bit harsh.
That team's going to struggle. Ronaldo's scoring 50 goals a season, and Zidane is a very good tactical manager. I don't know where they're going. Like, right now they're a mess. There's very speculation. Lopetegui probably is going to get sacked before the El Clasico game if they do not beat Victoria Pilsen in the Champions League this midweek. So, which to me, it spells karma, really. You decide to take the Real Madrid job when you when the Spanish Federation told you not to, or wait till after the World Cup. No, I'm going to tell you go F yourselves. So, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Lopetegui sacked, because that's karma is a bitch. And to be honest, Real Madrid need probably a manager who is not like Zidane in terms of giving them a very good structure, knowing what the base is. I think them playing open fancy football, I don't think that works for Real Madrid. I don't think they have the players for it. Let's say they do have Modric and do have Toni Kroos to pass the ball, but does Asensio really do infinite passes? Not really. Gareth Bale's not the best in terms of passing the ball, but he's very good at his pace and all that. And Benzema is really struggling at the minute to score goals and make goals and create chances. And they haven't brought any players this season in terms of they bring them squad depth. They're looking at Neymar, Mbappe, Hazard, and even Lewandowski. They didn't bring them in. They brought in players that for me are only squad players. They needed strength and depth for me this season, Real Madrid, and they've really struggled. Right now they're 7th in the league. They're 4 points off the top. They're 4 points off the top, and it looks like to be a long season for Real Madrid. As for Levante, great win. First time they went to the Bernabeu, won in 11 years. Quite incredible, really. Wow. And speaking of a team that is absolutely incredible, we're moving on to Dortmund. Man, they flying. They won 4-0 against rock bottom Stuttgart, and what a season Jadon Sancho is having so far. He got England call up a game for his first cap for England, and he scores his first goal away for Borussia Dortmund, and it was a very good goal too. He's a top assistant in the Bundesliga, because he also got covered assist in this game. He's man of the match, and the sky's the limit for this kid. I said last season he's going to be a player for the future, and he's England's best talented player I have seen probably for many years. I had to give credit to him in terms of going to a new country, learning a new language, because a lot of players would just drop down to the championship, maybe just stick in the reserves and get the wages they deserve. No, he decided to go to a top club in Dortmund, play Champions League football, play top quality football, which Bundesliga is, by the way. It's probably one of the second or third best leagues in the world. So you had to kudos for him for that. And Dortmund are flying. And Pablo Asquera, the striker they signed from Barcelona, he's banging the goals in this season as well. He's a top goal scorer in the Bundesliga, and he also scored a very good goal midweek against England. So right now he's on really good form. What a saying, and I think they'll probably make that a permanent sign. So right now Dortmund look the team that we all thought they would be this season, fighting for the title. We all thought, oh well, maybe it's too bridge of forward because they sold a lot of players, but far again, tactician manager that he is, a man manager, gets the best out of his players. What a season Dortmund are having so far, top of the league, and they're absolutely running riot at this moment in time. Stuttgart, looks like you guys are going in for a relegation battle this season. And back to Italy, and we're talking about Roma versus Splat. Roma, who got a shock defeat this weekend against Splat. I wasn't expecting that. That came out of the blue. Roma were not at it, to be honest, in this game. You could say maybe they were concentrating on the Champions League and didn't really give Splat any respect whatsoever. Possibility, yes. But give credit to Splat, scored 2 very good goals. Roma, it's going to be back to the drawing board, but again, I don't really know what to make of Roma this season. Top 3, top 4, is it achievable? Yes, but is that really an achievement for Roma this season? They should be fighting for the Serie A Scudetto, but then they keep selling their best players, so you're trying to balance them both. It's going to be interesting for them. Now then, back to the Premier League. I'm going to talk about Cardiff City, who got their first win back in the Premier League, and that was a very convincing win against Fulham. Yes, and you could say they only won by 2 goals, but to be perfectly honest, Cardiff could have won that by a landslide. Who would have thought that? I said that, hey, we'll get into the fun later. But Cardiff City, Joshua Murphy scored a very good goal, even though it was deflected. And to be honest, I didn't think Cardiff would get their first win until maybe later on in the season. But because Fulham are so bad defending, they've now conceded 26 goals. 26 goals after 9 matches. How can you stay in the Premier League by conceding 26 goals in the Premier League at 9 matches? Any team, I don't care if you're Man City or whoever you are, if you concede 26 goals after 9 matches, you're going to be pretty much in the bottom 3. That's not good enough at this level. Yes, they've got great players like Mitrovic, Sessegnon, Schürrle, Craig, and many others in Serie, but they don't have players defensively. The back 4 is a mess. They keep dropping and changing their system. I don't think that the goalkeeper is covering himself with glory either. They keep trying to change him as well. So Fulham, they play open expansive football, which is great to see, but Bournemouth play open expansive football, but Bournemouth got a clean sheet this weekend. You had to balance it, and I don't think Fulham balance it. I still think they have a lot of work to do in that defence. If they want to stay in the Premier League, they have to. I mean, I think they've got goals. They have score goals. That's not a problem, but they have to score 4 goals to win a game because they concede 3 goals. They're averaging 3 goals a game, conceding wise. You ain't staying in the Premier League with that. It's not good enough. So for me, Fulham are the bottom 3 right now because they can't stop conceding goals. If they can get their defence sorted, which I can see happening because they need a coach to get them defensively sorted, they will stay up. But at this moment in time, they can see the lower goals that they're going. They are in big, big trouble. Good win for Cardiff for their first win back in the Premier League. Now, back to the Bundesliga, and I'm talking about Frankfurt, who probably got the biggest win of the weekend, a 7-1 win against newly promoted Düsseldorf. And one guy stole the show. He scored 5 goals, the Croatian striker, that is Jovetic. What a absolute game he had. 5 goals. One of the goals was absolutely ridiculous. It's like something you see, it was like a Olivier Giroud moment where he scored a scorpion kick. It was unbelievable. The goals they scored, I mean, even the other striker, number 9 for Frankfurt, I thought was the best player in the match. But he scored 2 goals. He could have had a hat-trick as well. This game could have been a cricket score or a rugby score. It could have been 10, 11 or even 12. Düsseldorf didn't cover themselves in glory. Defensively, like Fulham, they've now conceded the most goals in the Bundesliga. Yes, Düsseldorf can score goals, but good lord, they can concede goals. They need to get that balance sorted, or they're going to be back in the second tier of German football. Frankfurt look a really good team this season, got really good players. They may have an outside chance of the top 4. And the last game to talk about is Thierry Henry's Monaco. Didn't really get the W that they wanted this weekend. They lost to Strasbourg 2-1. And to be honest, it looks like a big task for Thierry Henry at this moment in time. Because they changed the goalkeeper, he put on a very young goalkeeper, an experienced goalkeeper in the team. He's the reason why they conceded the first goal, because he pretty much didn't catch it. He just punched it into his own net. Strasbourg then got the second goal on the counter-attack. Monaco got a penalty, even if for me it wasn't a penalty. I don't know. 3 defenders are trying to tackle him, didn't even touch him. Didn't even touch the ball. Didn't even touch the player. Didn't touch anyone, he just dived. So I'm surprised that it was a penalty, even though Tielemans it was a very good penalty to be honest, but it looks like a long season for Monaco. Right now they're second bottom. They haven't won a game since the opening day of the season, and Thierry Henry's got a massive job on his hands. They've got a massive game coming up in the Champions League midweek and against Club Brugge. They probably need a win from somewhere. Where that's going to come from, I don't know, because next weekend they got a huge game coming up in Ligue, so they need some form as soon as possible, or it could be a long season for Monaco. I don't think they're playing for relegation. I think a long season in terms of, I don't see them getting European football next season. Top 7, top 8, I think is good. If they get that right now, they'll take that Monaco. They're so far, you keep sending your best players, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be a long season. Strasbourg, really good start for you guys. Maybe top 10 is definitely achievable this season. So guys, that's the end of the Football Impact for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like the video. And also, go downstairs, make yourself a nice cup of tea, put your legs up, and press that notification bell. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and outro.